Hello box headers, welcome to another papercraft instruction video, and today we're doing the short-haired box head papercraft. See, just giving you a tour of the Paper Toys head there and the little arms that come with it. Don't forget the ears as well. The ears were stuck to the head just before, but a close-up you can see there is a left and a right hand. There is a slight difference. That'll all make sense when you put it together with one of the bodies that you can purchase online, that you can buy in store. However, these ones are free. You can get a whole range of haircuts and hair colours and ethnicities, and find one that looks a bit like you to print, cut, fold and stick together. So I'm going through sort of the crafting process here with how you put this together. I'm right-handed, as you can see, using the scissors in my right hand there. But what I try and do is keep that the scissors straight up, sort of upright, in front of me. Basically, try not to twist the scissors around the corners. Use your opposite hand, your non-cutting hand, to move the paper around the scissors. See how I moved it around the corner like that? Makes it so much easier. Take your time lining up your next cut. And here we go. Here's another corner to move around. Moved the scissors quite a bit there, didn't I? But yeah, try not to get your arms too twisted around, and try and use that non-cutting hand to move the paper smoothly and slowly and steadily around the scissors. So once you'll have obviously printed this off from my website, from the Box Heads Papercrafts website. This is printed on A4 paper. You can adjust your print settings, so it can be on US letter size paper, which is 8.5 by 11 inches, which is sort of similar to A4 size. A4 size paper is 8.3 by 11.7 inches. Standard paper, whatever country you're in. I'm sure once you, just before you sort of send it off to print, you can sort out and adjust the settings so that you print the whole thing. And then yeah, once you've printed it, when you've printed that all the heads are available to be printed for free, then you can match them up to a whole variety of bodies and uniforms and characters that are available on my website to buy. We've got American footballers complete with helmets, and footballers complete with goalposts and little footballs. A whole range of kits and colours and styles that you can match these heads to. So we're nearly finished cutting, sort of like you're cutting it pretty much all the white paper, all the paper that's not been printed on. You pretty much cut all of that out. Going around those, now you can just about see there going around the chin, and there's a couple of little flaps next to the chin. Make sure that you don't fold the chin in, or actually you can fold the chin in, it still makes sense with the chin folded in. It's entirely up to you, but for this one, well, we'll see what happens when I get to folding round near the chin, won't we? Be a nice surprise, eh? Anyway, but yeah, continuing to cut, keeping those scissors nice and straight. There you go. Moving the paper around the scissors, trying to keep them straight out in front. And we've just finished cutting that bit out there. Make a nice neat pile of rubbish off to the side. And then we're ready for folding. So you'll see those dotted lines. That's where the folds go. And just very gently bend the paper around there. Now you see that fold there, that's going to be the back of the chin. That's going to be the back there. So you need to fold it back sort of in on itself. And that'll make more sense once we've made a few more folds. There's another fold there. Those flaps, you can see I'm matching up. That'll go round to that side of the eye. Again, it'll make a lot more sense once we've made all the folds. That side of the head goes around to the back of the head. And I think once we've sort of judge each fold as you go along, sort of you can see that I'm struggling a bit with that fold, but this fold here is a lot easier to do, and then I can move in to the hair and fold that bit there. So there's no one set order to how you fold this. It's sort of whatever feels comfortable in your hands. And you can see I'm not making sort of sharp, tight folds on here. I'm just bending the paper around so you get a nice gentle, soft fold, I suppose, rather than a hard, sharp fold. And all these tabs help to sort of obviously stick the paper toy together and give it a bit more strength, and sort of like filling gaps where the edges come together. There's another fold for the side of the head there, and there we go. There we can see there's two little tabs there on either side of the chin. You can fold that chin in as well, but yeah, it's up to you what you want your character to look like. Let's fold along the R-line there, and then we've come round to the other side of the hair. See how we fold that one inside there. Now no, I don't. I'll just go along to the next fold there. But we'll get to sort of like a few more different folds on the hair in a moment once we've finished off these other folds. Just another one for sort of the side and top of the head. You can see there how the hair at the front sort of comes down and how the whole head comes together. You can see at the front and the back you've got, well, for the front you've got a fringe, which you can either sort of like leave out the front, or we'll do it like the one that I made earlier. We'll fold it up so that tab folds in on the inside and of the face, and then you can line those up, and you can see sort of you've got like a bit of a quiff for the fringe, rather than it being a floppy fringe and folding down into the eyes. It flops up, and you get a bit of a quiff, like Elvis. But yeah, just firming up those folds around there, making sure that things sort of like match up and line up, and that we've got all of the folds. And then when you're happy with that, you can start to stick it together. So you'll see with the tape, I've stuck half of it on one side, and then I've fiddled a little bit to get everything lined up. See the hair there? I'm just lining up the edge there, so it's nice and reasonably straight. And I can put a bit of tape on the forehead and a bit on his quiff. Try not to put too much sellotape on, because even though it's see-through and pretty much invisible, there's still a bit of a shine on it, and the paper toy always looks a little bit nicer the left's sellotape. You can see there the chin. So the way that we folded it, it gives you the back of the chin. Now you pretty much hardly see it, but it's yeah, just a nice little quirk for the paper toy that yeah, the chin's got a bit of colour on the back as well as the front. Just take those tabs around. Now you can see there's a little bit of white still around the chin there, so you can always trim that off if you like. I'm just going to leave it for the moment and carry on sticking sort of the base or the neck to the side of the paper toy face there, and then you can see we're round to the back of the head there. Now with the hair, we can sort of tuck that in and fold it round, and then we get a bit of a quiff or a cowlick or hair stuck up at the back. Now you can leave it like that, same with the front quiff, or you can give it a bit of a trim, or you can sort of like, you can cut some actual individual hairs into it. It's entirely up to you the way that you barber your paper toy's hair. Final bit of tape on the bottom of the head there, Oh, and a little bit more on the sort of the top back of the hair. There we go. That was pretty quick and simple. And there you go. You can see you can fold it round. You can fold that back bit down. You can cut it round there, so he's got a nice quiff. A few little lines in there, whatever it is. But now we're gonna sort the ears out and stick those to the, cut them out, fold them up, and stick them to the side. So remember, with those scissors, try and keep them nice and straight and up in front of you, and move the paper around the scissors as you slowly and steadily press them down along those cut lines. Nice and gentle around there, and there's just a little round little corner bit to nick off there. And we'll leave the rubbish to one side, and we'll leave the hand back over there to be cut later on. You can see there's 3 fold lines on the ears. The middle one, fold that first, and then that gives you the front and back of the ear. And then the next 2 get folded round for the tab. They get folded in one quick fold, so that you've got a tab there, and then you've got the front and back of the ear. That's so that the ear sticks out a little bit, just like everybody's does. Now we'll put a bit of tape on the front of the ear there and fold it around the back, so that we don't see any of the unprinted paper. Then we'll stick a bit of sellotape there. We've got half of it stuck to the ear, then the other half is going to stick to the side of the hair, the sideburn. You can see there we've got that tab that gives the ear that little bit of a bend, and we're going to put a bit of tape on the back there to hold it in place. Stick it down, and then you can bend the ear back over as far as you like. We'll leave the head to one side for now while we do the other ear. Just take off all the white, all that little bit, and then there's a cut line that goes in between the ear and the hand. Get round there, nice and gently through that bit, and then move the paper around the scissors. Let's get that bit. Leave the hand to one side, and then we've just got that little corner, those 2 little corners to trim off. And the ear. We're done with the scissors for the moment. And again, there's 3 fold lines on the ears, the one for the middle. So get a front side and a back side to the ear. And then those other 2 fold lines, you're just doing 1 fold, so you've got that tab that's actually gets stuck to the head and makes the ear bend and stick out a little bit. And that's what this bit of tape is. Half of that width of tape gets stuck on one side, and then we can take our time just to line it up so that it sticks in that ear gap on the side of the head. Bend the ear around, and we get a bit of tape that covers that tab right over, so that it sticks to the head there. And there we go, the head's complete with the ears. That just leaves us with the hands. Again, just cutting those white bits off. Don't worry about cutting out all in one go. Just get rid of the unprinted, the white bits of paper, and leave them off to one side. You can have as many bits as you like. It doesn't have to be cut in one single cut. You can take your scissors out at whatever stage you like, wherever it feels. If you start to find that your hands are getting a bit sort of twisted and your scissors are sort of not going to make any more cuts, then try and pull your scissors out and start the cut again, if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, we're nearly finished with this hand here, just around the corners, down the side there, and we've got one of our hands all cut out and ready to fold. And look at me go, I'm folding already. Fold the side of the arm, and then fold those tabs are going to go on the inside of the arm in a bit. Got that top tab there for the sort of knuckle finger area, and that one on the inside there, and then those tabs on the getting folded onto the inside, and then the side of the arm there. You can probably just see, if I fold it back up, where my thumb is the thumb for that arm. And then it bends all the way over, and you can make that little crease once you've got it all lined up. Make that there, and then you can see how that shape will stick together eventually in a moment. So we can line that up. Those tabs, sort of like, especially that one on the inside, that helps to helps for when you're sticking. You can hold your sort of finger on the tab on the inside while your thumb's on the outside, and that really helps to stick things together. There's the tape for the other side there. Bend it round, just firm those folds up a little bit, so all those tabs go onto the inside of the hand, as it were, to sort of bend and fold around to make those knuckles and the rest of the hand. And I just usually put one bit of tape sort of over the top of the fingers, and then half on one side, and then bend it and fold it over to the other side. And there's one of our hands there. I've got the other one to cut out. Move the rubbish out of the way. You can see on every paper toy that you fold out, there'll be a little rectangle there, which tells you what the cut lines, what colour the cut lines are, and just obscured by the scissors there, you've got the dotted lines, the fold lines. So I'm going to go right off the edge there. See that? I went right off the edge of the paper, just to get that big flappy bit of paper that we don't need for the paper toy out of the way. Same with that bit there as well. And then just move it to one side in our little rubbish pile. Straight up along there, keep the scissors nice and straight, move the paper around the scissors, that's it. There you go, scissors in one place, move the paper around the scissors. So one hand is just as important as the other. In fact, the hand that moves the paper is probably the more important hand. You need that gives you lots of control when it comes to cutting, lots of control. Anyway, we're on to folding this second hand now. Folding it, making sure we've got all those flaps bent over. It doesn't have to be a sharp fold. You don't have to sort of run the paper between your fingernails to get a nice sharp fold. It can just be a nice gentle bending of the paper. Got all those middle ones there, and then we can see the flaps tuck in, and we can start to stick that arm together. So line it up, and then bend the sellotape, the sticky tape, round to the other side. And then all the way around to that side, and then tuck those flaps in, and they go onto the inside of the hand to make sort of the knuckles and fingers with a bit of tape there. And look at that, we're all done. That one's the right hand, that one's the left hand, all ready to get stuck to a body. There we go. Head with ears and arms. Thank you very much.